I just wanted to do a video tonight. I was kind of bored and I didn't get any mail Friday or Saturday. I think I got an RTS yesterday. I don't remember what came in on Thursday, but it wasn't much in the mail. Oh, I think Thursday was the awesome day. That's Thursday or Tuesday. I don't remember. It's been kind of a long week. But anyway, I just want to review my old 1950s, 1960s binder. I think this one goes up to 66 or 67. I've had this binder, I think I found it at a Goodwill years and years ago. The front cover practically fell off. Consumer Guide to Baseball Card Collector album. I think Caleb actually has this same binder. Mine's totally roached. I don't know if we'll be able to see this here. Some of these are insanely old pages. Probably been in here 20 years or more. And literally, I'll just try to show you some of the highlights from this binder. What got me thinking about this is I picked up some cards for 35 cents today, which are not in here yet. I still have to have them delivered to me. But these are my 58s right here with Jim Rivera signed and a Bob Martin signed. Somebody had written 1958 and number 12 there. Let's see. A lot of these have writings on them. Sometimes I had written when the person had died, when I had researched them. There's a Wally Burnett down there and a really goofed up Don Drysdale. The next page has a really cool card on here. This Don Drysdale, I'm sorry, Don Drysdale, I just saw him. This Duke Snider with some massive rips on it. I got it at a card show for 75 cents. I thought that was really pretty awesome. Chuck Tanner, Early Win, Jim Landis signed here. Dick Hyde. It's got a hole in the card somewhere, but you can't see it, but it displays well. Let's see. Art Saccarelli. Somebody had stamped RN on there, probably their initials, but he signed it for me. We'll just go through a few of these here. Just kind of fun. I got a Frank Robinson in really poor condition. I had to realize when I was a kid I couldn't afford a very expensive card, so I'd pick up ones with like Ray Crone with his eyes poked out. Or a Clem Labine, who is nicely signed, now deceased. There was a big water stain or damage on there. I might even paid $1 for that dumb thing. I found this Jim Bolger, Topps original, and he was still alive, so I had him sign it. That's really pretty awesome. Hopefully this binder won't fall over, but I just wanted to show you a few things out of it, because I said it's a nice thing to do on Saturday night. Here's some more 58s. Ray Herbert. Jim Davenport was one of the earlier cards I got. Almost tore in half. It's so bad condition. The condition is so bad. Let's see. We got a Warren Spahn there. This Hank Aaron was cut wrong. Or either cut wrong or somebody trimmed it there, but that was $1.25 at a card show. And I said, wow, a playing days Ricky Hendricks, really late. Hank Aaron. Here's a Brooks Robinson. Somebody wrote JM on there. Let's see. What else we got here? I'll go through a little faster here. Dan Daubic, I think I found that card at a Goodwill years and years ago, and he sent me like 4 or 5 other cards. I think he's now since deceased. Here's a Felix Mantilla, buyback type card. It's not signed. That's just, part of the card. One of my favorite cards is this Aaron Fencebusters. It's pretty neat. I don't remember what I paid for that. Probably $10 or something. Here's a John Romanowski. His signature right above that. There's a story behind that, kind of. Let's see, Bob Neiman. Let's see, Guy Lombardo. I thought that's cool. I know you've probably seen this before, but it's always fun to take a look. And I think I got about 5 or 10 cards coming. I was looking at sites like COMC, and it's amazing that they have, you can buy old goofed up checklists for $1 or $2. These are all high numbers, but I got them for practically nothing because somebody trimmed off half the borders, which is very, very unfortunate. But I've got about 8 to 10 or more. Here's Al Schroll. Here's a Lee May with a ripped off the front name part there. Goofed up Billy Pierce. My favorite cards that I got from this Ted Williams, I think I got from Dave's Vintage Cards. I talked to him directly on the phone, and I believe I paid $7 or $8 for that. 2 major creases in there, but who gives a rip? Oh, and here's a Richie Ashburn with a huge tear on it from the Post cereal. There's three or four Post cereals. Let's see, Gil Hodges, Sandy Koufax, Harmon Killebrew with a mustache on it, and that's the collection of those. Bud Daly, folded in half, Ernie Banks. I paid probably, I don't know, $2. I don't remember. It was so long ago. Somebody stuck a Whitey Ford in their wallet, looks like. Just all kinds of... There's another John Romanowski. I just bought that like 4 years ago, I think, to probably have him sign it, and he had since deceased. Let's see, Ted Lepsio is a good one. Larry Sherry is another good one. Here's another Ronnie Hansen. I think he's still hanging around there. Another Dan Daubic. I think that was one that was gifted to me by him. Here's an awesome Mickey Mantle and Boyer, one of my few Mantles. And again, it looks like it went through a bicycle or a wallet, and it was, I think, $1.25, if that, from a card shop. Jake Stryker, I'm not sure if he's still alive, but he lives in Oregon, or lived in Oregon. I skipped a few here. Some Orioles, Phillies, Indians, Braves. Fred Kipp, I had that for probably, I don't know, 10 plus years, and I finally got it signed. There's a Don Larson, but I don't know if he's doing well. There's a Tito Francona, one of my favorite ones there, or Joe Morgan. What do I have here? Probably 5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes already. We'll just pass this page here. There's a lot of stuff here that you've seen before. This is a really favorite one of mine, Don Gutteridge. I got him to sign one of these coaches cards. He's one of the oldest living coaches, and I think almost all these coaches have since deceased. I just like these little floating head cards, and I'll probably get some more of them, as you can see on the COMC page right there. I was just kind of looking them up, but I just didn't order, so I'm not going to. This is kind of cool. Wes Stock. I got his son, I can't remember, Jeff Stock, I think. And he had kindly given me Jeff Stock's address to send to him, and I got him. Jeff Stock was a soccer player, indoor soccer player, something like that. Ray Sadecki. But again, there's a huge rip on the court. But, you know, it just adds to the interesting. Ernie Broglio was another one that I got to sign, but there was a hole punched into the card. We're not even anywhere close. Tracy Stollard. I'll just flip through, see if I can find some more highlights in this. Tex Clevenger, a favorite among collectors. Another checklist with a photo on it. That's pretty neat. Gene Freese. I tried to get that one signed 2 or 3 times. It was return to sender. 16 cents somebody had put on the card. I just thought it was funny. I think I actually paid $1 for a 16-cent card. That's probably what it's worth now. Jim Gilliam. This one was the first vintage card I ever bought, and it's got creases in it. I remember paying 40 cents for it. I think that's the same one. It's not a replacement. I paid 40 cents for it, and guess what it's worth now? 40 cents. I bought that probably in the 80s. Ruben Gomez, Wally Post, Earl Robinson, Bobby Shantz with some damage on the card. Ike DeLock on the other page. Let's see, Don Newcomb. That would be a great card to send off and pay the 25 bucks or whatever. I think is what he charges. I don't remember. There's a Clemente with a rip on it. Let's see. Just seeing what time I got. Oh, 8 minutes or something ridiculous. Well, we'll just flip through a few more here and watch my binder crash on. I tried to write to George Alusic years ago, and I think he wanted something like $4, or I don't know what it was. It was some weird amount. Dan Daubic again. Dick Groat. That was a recent, relatively in the last couple of years. A really nice Vern Law with the inscription Cy Young, 1960. That's sick. Wes Stock again. Jim O'Toole is a recent one. Al Smith on one of the more damaged cards I had. The corners are just atrocious. Let's see what we got here. Dave Giusti, Mike Hirschberger, Jerry Lump. A lot of these cards I had, but I had to go to eBay and COMC to buy these things because, well, I just had to. There's a Pilot's Rich Rollins. Bob Perry, that's pretty neat. Best Wishes. Jim Wynn, that's one of my earlier 64s that I had gotten. Dave Nicholson. Now, there's a Bud Daly somewhere in here. That's a Venezuela edition. I'm not sure where it is. Don Drysdale. Yeah, there's a Bud Daly right there. And it is a, if you can see it there, it's a black-backed card. I think I paid like $4, $3 or $4 for that. And it was totally worth it, and I got him to sign it. This is going to fall, so we'll just look at a few more cards here. We'll have shadows here. I'm not worried about it. Hopefully this gives you Nate Oliver. That was the last one I just got. I also got, I think, a John Miller recently, too. Dave Stenhouse, another one I just got. I had this card probably for almost 20 years, I'm guessing. Longer than a lot of you guys have been alive. Ron Taylor, that was out of Canada, I think he's still alive, I think. Tommy McCraw, Don Lee, Frank Leary. Oh, it just goes on and on. Oh, I forgot I had a Pete Rose, but somebody had written on it, scratched him out. I paid probably a couple bucks for that, I don't remember. It was a bulk deal through a card shop. J.C. Martin. Quality is not going to be very good. Jim Gosker, that's an old one. Tommy McCraw again. Ray Herbert. It's got Vig Power. Dave Moorhead. I have a lot of cards here, but not anywhere close to any sets here. As I said, there's a Clemente, and I don't remember why I paid only $7 for it. I think it might have a pinhole or a scratch on the side. I think it was $7, and I said I'll do that all day long. I think I might have even used my credit card to buy that with some other cards. I do not remember. Really goofed up Bill Monboquet. And then we get into the large format cards. Joe Black, Bill Scowron. Any other highlights here? Just commons. There's a Richie Ashburn I paid $1 for because it was folded in the middle or something. Bobby Shantz, everybody's favorite there. Billy Lowe's, Kurt Simmons signed. I think I might have another card to send him. Carl Scheib. Art Schultz. Died a couple years ago. Most of these guys have since deceased. Billy Lowe's was like $2, but it was a 52, famous 52. Ed Lopat, Jim Gilliam, Stan Hack, Bubba Church, Al Zarilla. We're almost done here. Here's the famous TV set that Ted's working on. Cloyd Boyer, Jim Brideweser, let's see, Pee Wee Reese, Milt Bowling. I think Frank Bowling is somewhere around here too, I think. Milton Frank. There's a few more there. Eddie Robinson. Let's see, I got an Ed Matthews that's got some thing wrong with it. Some initials. Here's a Johnny Podres. Here's a Big League. Joe Cronin. The card is almost in half. Some other folded in half cards. I think that's a 1970 Bob Berger or something like that from Venezuela. Here's an old Slick Kaufman. I think I paid $2 for Mike Wheat cards. And here's a Chuck Stevens. When he tried to autograph it, some of the card came off. And a really screwed up Yankees card. So I'm going to end on that one because I did about 12.5 minutes. Hopefully that gives you some reminders or some remembrances of cool cards and neat history of, like I said, I like damaged cards because that just adds some wear history and, I don't know, a story to it, I guess, and whoever might have owned it, maybe initials on there, and also if they're like 5% of the value of a mint one. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for watching.